Daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Subscribe to the channel or follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Prince Miller Entertainment, Facebook, Prince Miller Entertainment, Facebook group, Prince Miller Entertainment TV. We're also available on Twitter at P Miller ENT. Follow us on Twitter and we follow back. Today is the 20th of January 2022. So guys, we keep on following the new development which is happening in South Africa, and as we talked about yesterday, we saw Julius Malema visiting some restaurants in Joburg. Yes, a new development which many people on social media were shocked. Some people were surprised, but okay, the man is now saying this, but I'm about to this, and ibasare Department of Labor, and but as you all know that politicians, they always want to take a chance, they always want to grab an opportunity in Ngengoripo. And so EFF leader Julius Malema has appealed to employers to give South Africans preference as the country faces an all-time high youth unemployment rate of 66.5%. We want to make an emphasis to the owners of the restaurants that no one should stop employing Zimbabweans and say the EFF said they don't want them. He said on Wednesday, we want Zimbabweans to work in SA. It is their home. They should make no apologies about hiring Zimbabweans or any other African brother or sister. In doing so, they must be considered that they are locals who must at all times be given preference. He was speaking to journalists after visiting restaurants in the Mall of Africa in Midrand. Shortly after arrival with a handful of supporters, he was declined entry at Cream restaurant. A manager told Malema he would not be allowed inside and ended me later. Malema, however, would not take no for an answer and stood at the door until he was allowed inside. Cream leadership apologized for their misbehavior and blamed it on their legal department, that someone gave them a legal letter not to engage us. But after engaging us outside the restaurant, they realized there is no need to engage, said Malema. I don't understand why they were refusing to engage, because they all had their facts in order. They were ready to prove us that they are indeed compliant, trying to employ as many South Africans as possible. Malema said the Cream's conduct was unfortunate, but he accepted their apology. Ours is to ensure the rights of workers are protected and South Africans are given priority when it comes to employment. But that does not mean our Zimbabwean, Lesotho, Eswatini and fellow African brothers and sisters should not be employed. He also visited Ponto, Doppio Zero restaurants and expressed satisfaction with their levels of compliance in employing as many South Africans as possible. The party also raised the issue of compensation, particularly around tips. Malema was thrilled to learn all three restaurants were paying workers more than their minimum national wage. Workers must be guaranteed a salary. They must know how much are they earning. The party moved to visit more businesses to ensure fair representation in the workplace. Malema said though they were pro-African, the party had the responsibility to ensure the best interests of their electorate were prioritized. In the event where African nationals were not hired, Malema said he would interfere. We will be the first to intervene if we hear Zimbabweans are not being hired in SA, but there cannot be an exclusive situation which excludes South Africans. That point has been received well, and we all agree we have a problem of high unemployment and poverty, and it can only be solved through employment. We are highly encouraged that we are singing from the same hymn book, and we have our eyes and ears on the ground to inform us when things are not going accordingly. This is what Malema said yesterday, the interview he did after visiting those three restaurants at the Mall of Africa. And the man is saying, you know what, I'm not saying that Zimbabweans mustn't be hired. I'm just saying that all those restaurants, they should prefer first preference, actually South Africans first, the locals first, which is actually 100% correct. And yes, ngapete 60% my locals, then 40% foreigners, just like what they do football. And football one a small percentage of foreigners, but my locals do vary first preference. And so it's saying that those rules and regulations should also apply to restaurants and other workplaces. And so do you agree with what Malema is saying or not? And in the comment section. This is a daily news, a breaking news, everyday news on Prince Emile Entertainment TV. So we're gonna see many restaurants, not just in Joburg only, but all over South Africa, actually implementing those standards. And they were ignoring those standards. We're just hiring especially the foreigners, and it's on to pa takeaway or restaurant pane 100% foreigners panenge pastori nakana muloko. And again ndozvikunzi aiwa hazvikwanisike kuitika izvozvo. So we're gonna see a lot of people losing their jobs in those places, and then the employers will be hiring locals so that pave pane ratio inenge iri nani. And so this is a daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Emile Entertainment TV. This is daily news, breaking news, everyday news. And remember guys to like, share and comment and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads that we upload here each and every day, each and every hour. So this goes also to every business, including those foreign owned businesses. Like we have so many Zimbabweans, Malema restaurants and takeaways. They should also hire locals, and 60% locals and the rest foreigners. Not kuti Zimba or Mazimba is Iowa. Saka this goes to everybody else. But that's not his job. He's a politician. He's not a qualified labor inspector, Malema. And so he's just doing this to gain more votes, gain more people, and to his own party. But labor, Ministry of Labor, they are supposed to be checking those things, and they do check. They do check each and every time. Go visitor companies at Chonoti perform so say zvakamira sei, and ndo basa rawo iroro. But as for now, Malema is doing the job on their behalf. Daily news, breaking news, everyday news. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Bless up.